Welcome to GPL Capital Talks on Tuesday, a weekly podcast, bringing to you an interesting talk related to finance every week. Stay tuned. Subscribe now and press the bell icon to GEPL Capital's YouTube channel and never miss out on any stock market update and build your knowledge on investment. Hello and hi everyone, and welcome back to our Talks on Tuesday, a weekly podcast. This is our episode number 59, and today's topic is 3 large cap stocks to buy for long term. And now we have with us a fundamental research analyst. Hi Gaurav. Before we start, can you tell us why is having an exposure to large cap stocks important?
Thank you for having me on this podcast, Lakshmi. Large cap stocks, I'll first tell you about what large cap stocks are. Large cap stocks are the top 100 stocks by market capitalization, making them more stable and mature investment opportunities for investors. As a result, large cap stocks typically have lower volatility, greater analyst coverage, and perhaps even a steady stream of dividends. Besides this, they will usually have been functioning for decades and have good reputations. This makes it a rather safe opportunity for investors to put their money in.
Oh, nice to know that. Can you recommend 3 stocks for our viewers?
Yes, sure. First, we have our FMCG major Hindustan Unilever or HUL as our large cap recommendation.
And Gaurav, can you suggest a rationale for the same?
With over 85 years of heritage in India, HUL is India's largest FMCG company. On any given day, 9 out of 10 Indian households use their products, giving them a unique opportunity to build a brighter future and expand their product portfolio. The HUL management also mentioned that the COVID second wave might impact near term demand and it can remain challenging due to restricted mobility. Yet, it expects rural demand to be stronger. The management believes that its focus on digital intervention through the Shikhar platform is gaining good traction as digital e-commerce led efforts are showing up an improved trajectory for the business. We expect that the price hikes taken by HUL will improve the gross profit margin and it will be higher for FY22. EBITDA should also be in the range of around 25 to 26%. HUL has also had key new launches such as Pepsodent mouthwash, new moisturizing gels, body lotions in Vaselines, and Lakme lip crayons, and Quality Walls Cadbury Crackle frozen dessert in partnership with Mondelez International. Thus, a strong balance sheet, robust metrics of return, and key new launches make HUL a great investment opportunity for investors.
Oh, that was indeed a great explanation. And what about the other two?
Yes. Next up, we have Infosys. Infosys Limited provides information technology consulting and software services, including e-business, program management, and supply chain solutions. The group services include application development, product co-development, and system implementation, system engineering. Infosys targets business specializing in the insurance, banking, telecommunication, and manufacturing sectors. In the first quarter of FY22, Infosys posted a revenue of around 27,800 odd crores, which was an 18% year-on-year jump, aided by strong growth across all segments. Significant growth opportunity in the digital space will continue to drive the company's performance in the near to medium term. In the first quarter of FY22, the company has won 22 large deals worth $2.6 billion, out of which 9 are in the financial services vertical, 4 each in retail and energy, 2 in manufacturing, and 1 each in communications, high tech, and life science segments. The company has also increased its revenue guidance in FY22 to 14 to 16% on a constant currency basis from 12 to 14%, and operating margin to be in around 22 to 24%. The company has also recently completed a share buyback worth around 1,500 crores. During the first quarter of FY22, the company added 113 new clients with an improvement in 100 million plus client count to 34, which is a 9% increase on a year-on-year basis.
Oh wow. And what about the last final stock recommendation?
Lastly, we have ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank is well positioned in terms of its liabilities franchise and robust capital adequacy, which leads to higher loan growth. Since the last 2 years, the bank has performed well across all criteria. ICICI Bank has a robust balance sheet, low stress on the book, and a stronger provision coverage than its peers, and improved management risk practices. These factors speak positively for the bank. ICICI Bank's risk management policies for the last few years have resulted in incremental asset quality even as slippages from the older portfolio reduce. The gross NPA has declined in the last 2 years from a peak of 10.1% to 5% in FY21 owing to lower slippages and improved recovery under the IBC resolutions. We expect this improvement to continue with the gross NPAs lowering to 4% by FY23. The improvement in the CASA deposits and borrowing mix has resulted in the expansion of the net interest margins. The net interest margins also improved to 3.9% in FY21 from 3.2% in FY18 owing to lower funding costs. With this being said, we come to an end to our recommendations for the large cap picks. Hope this has been helpful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope this was an informative podcast for all our listeners. The topic for the next week talks on Tuesday will be 5 good money habits. Hope to see you then. And don't forget to press the bell icon and subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Telegram for where we will try and make investment simple for you all. Thank you.